Hey Megan, how you doing?
Hey, doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Well,
I guess it is time to get started. Um, I guess I can get things going. I guess the things that I wanted to bring up is kind of how Salt Conf went and to kind of give an update in terms of that. And then I'll let you add upon that, Tom. We announced Heist officially at SaltConf, and I think there was a lot of excitement. I had a couple of people, a few people come up and ask quite a lot of questions about it. So there seems to be a lot of excitement around it. Um, we also had a sprint where I just had people kind of go through the README and see if, you know, and then see if they could get through that first. We did find some issues that we logged to the issue tracker, and it looks like there's been a couple people that have, well, one individual, I believe, that's put in a couple fixes for some of those issues. So we'll need to do a release with those. Um, yeah, that was kind of the reactions and kind of the update I saw from SaltConf. I don't know if you want to add any comments to that, Tom.
yeah, there's definitely excitement, really good feedback. A lot of the caveats that we're looking at that have been brought up are pretty minor, and just need to buckle down and polish that up. And yeah,
Perfect. Yeah, there was another issue that was just added to Heist. I just saw it this morning around some of the documentation improvements and some of the issues with running Heist. So I would like to get to that. I probably won't be able to get to it till the beginning of January. Um, but yeah, um, things are
yeah,
looking good there.
I saw that
You
too.
saw it?
Yeah, I'll try and I'm going to try and take care of that.
Okay.
I've got a few other things on my plate right now that actually are heist related, so I can go over those.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool. Yeah, I'm in the neon hell right now, so trying to get everything done before the Christmas break um, on Salt.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. Well, I mean, neon, that's a big deal. I mean, we get that thing out.
yes.
Oh man, we get on the new process and we can finally drop Python 2 support. And
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Exactly. Which also leads me to making the comment about concerning the Python 2 drop. We will probably want to start doing the work with SSH in Salt, dropping that starting at next year sometime. So if anyone wants to help with that. Um, I was
yep.
going to say something, can't remember. Another thing I wanted to mention is I set up a, let me get the link. I set up like a Docker container demo if anybody wants to take a look at it. It just makes things easy, so it sets it all up and you can run it just by running Docker Compose up. Um, I'll link that in the chat as well. And I'll add that to the meeting notes as well, if anybody wants to take a look at that. But yeah, that's kind of all I had. Just wanted to mention that there's some new issues in Heist. If anybody wants to take a look at them and put in some fixes, we're going to be coming up on having to plan and do the work for the Python 2 deprecation. And yeah, I think that's about it, unless you have anything to add, Tom.
I do have a few things to add.
Perfect.
They're let's see, they're a little more pop ecosystem and a little less direct heist. Uh, I have made a number of changes to the rend system, which is used by Heist, to allow it to function asynchronously. That is necessary for us to be able to make asynchronous calls from things like Jinja templates. which is important when we're dealing with, particularly where this came up was pulling in information from secret stores. So if we go back to SaltConf, I promised that I would make a mechanism for encrypted on-disk storage. And this is applicable to Heist and Item, and eventually also to Salt, because there's no reason why Salt shouldn't be able to use this interface. And so I've been hammering away on that, and yeah, as part of that, I made a lot of updates to Rend, and so I've actually got to release a bunch of projects in tandem. So yes, we need a new release of Heist with some of the fixes that we've mentioned, but we also need a new release of Rend and Item, and I need to introduce the new secret store system. The secret store system works as in it securely stores secrets. I'm still working on making the user interface a little smoother. The other thing that I've got is that inside of POP, when you run popseed, it creates a build.py script. And so I took that build.py script from POP, and I took the work that has gone into Salt bin and combined that into a single external project. And so so that POP projects won't need that build.py anymore. I don't really like having to maintain a build.py on a per project basis. There's a recipe for disaster right there. And so this new project, POP build, honestly, I started working on it. What day is it? Tuesday. So I've been on the road a lot this week. I'm a little disoriented.
You're good.
So I started working on that on Tuesday, got it working Wednesday, and I say started working on it, but I was able to start with all the work that had already been done in Salt bin and POP's internal build components. And also added the ability to dynamically add C libraries. And so what we'll be looking at is kind of the next step in evolution and probably a stable place for both the POP build system and for the Salt bin build system, so that we can have those things more streamlined. And so Heist needs a release to take into account some of the async stuff that I've put in to support the new version of Rend. So I need to get that out. Again, I'm planning on getting that out. I'd like to get it out this week. It might not be until early next week. This week is still kind of packed for me. And similarly, the new POP build system and this new secret store system is going to be released pretty soon. Again, I really need to sit down with a few folks and go over what that user interface looks like inside of the secret store. But apart from that, I don't have much. I mean, so that's where we are from a POP Heist ecosystem perspective, and actually a huge amount of progress. I mean, to be honest, for most of that has been in the last 2.5, 3 weeks, right, since SaltConf. So actually, huge progress there. I'm really excited by it. This secret store system is completely pluggable, as should be expected nowadays, and so it can support multiple ciphers. It currently supports encryption via password, also encryption via Shamir's shared secret scheme. It is not attached to an API quite yet, but so that's one of the next big things. So Yeah, in a nutshell, it looks like what we want to do is get some polish on a few of the things that we released already and get the next pieces out the door. So that's all I've got.
Great. Sounds awesome. I'm excited to see the secret store system. What did you call it again?
Takara.
Okay. It was
It's
something like that.
Japanese for treasure.
Yeah, I like it.
I went digging a lot for a name and had to pull out the foreign language word resort in trying to find
Yeah.
it. Naming is hard.
Did you get it on Pi as well?
It's not on PyPy yet.
Okay.
I really
I was
should
just wondering if the name was taken or not.
yeah, I really need to just get it up and reserve that name. I might just take care of that right after this call.
Sure. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're done here then.
Okay, thanks, Megan.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. We'll see you.
Okay, bye.